In this chapter, we are going to edit the animation of the Unreal Mannequin. First we need to export mannequin assets from the engine editor. So I could show you how to append an animation data to the mannequin armature. There is no use of LOD and collision meshes, therefore I'm going to exclude them. As for animation asset, we need only animated skeleton, in that case uncheck Export Preview Mesh. Bye-bye, default cube. Now let's import Mannequin Mesh. Simply use the default settings. Yes, I know how it looks, that's why I'll summon the default cube back for help. Scale it down, then remove the faces only. It will serve as a custom shape for the armature bones. Select all pose bones, make some active bone, apply custom cube shape, then copy to selected. As you might guess, it is not a crucial step, so feel free to skip it. For a visual clearance, turn on the pose mode and hide the relationship lines. I would like to rename the cube and hide it, then proceed to the next part. Add MetaRig and use Fit Armature operator. But before we run the operation, select the Human MetaRig template and humanoid mapping. This mapping is almost identical to mannequin skeleton, except that the head should be linked to spine 005, because there is no second neck bone. You can save the mapping, but I'm not going to. Run the fit operator, then select reorient Y and recalculate roll. 'Cause we deal with those kind of bones. As for the rigify options, use X rotation axis. Edit MetaRig armature and select properties to remove useless bones. Now get rid of last redundant bone and align the toes and heel bones. You can turn on the X-ray and the X symmetry, so you can tweak two sides and see the whole skeleton. I'll use normal transform orientation while I'm moving the tip of the toe. Lastly, place the heel bone at the back of the foot and our MetaRig is complete. Now we can generate the rigify rig. Next is the import of animation file. I'd like to organize our project, so I'll create a new collection called Animations. Then I'll place imported armature in the new collection and rename it. This armature object has a different scale, therefore we need to scale it first. Use the scale skeleton operator and keep the default value. Now clean the keys from that armature object in order to move it to the side. Preview the animation, then limit the playback to action range. Set the current frame at the last keyframe and press Ctrl+End. Navigate to the Action Editor. And rename the imported action. Let's hide the animated armature. Select Mannequin Skeleton and apply Imported Action in the Action Editor. Hide MetaRig and preview the animation. Do you see those dislocated bones? We need to fix that. Simply use the Clean Imported Animation operator. Now it looks as it should be. Next step is to retarget that animation to control rig. For the Rigify rig, select the Rigify FK Controls template and humanoid mapping. Run Constraint Armature and use the complex method. Make the mannequin skeleton as a target, select Make Uniform Scale and Rigify Rig to FK properties. The last property automatically sets arms and legs to the FK mode of the active rig while retargeting. As you can see, FK controls now constrain to animated armature. We can't transform the controls though. In order to edit the animation we have to bake it first. Use the Bake Animation operator with the selected properties as shown. This time we don't need to scale the active armature, simply because this rig is not going to be exported. Even the mannequin skeleton has a proper scale, so it is unnecessary for the bake operation. At this moment we could transform controls, but Mannequin Mesh would not follow. Guess why? That's right, we need to make a constraint of the mannequin skeleton to the control rig. For the mannequin skeleton, select Humanoid Template and the Rigify Deform mapping. As I mentioned before, there is no neck 02 bone, therefore we have to remap the head bone link. Replace the def spine 005 bone. When it's done, use the complex constraint with the selected properties that will be shown. This character is ready, now we can add or edit the animation. A good time to save the progress. Since we baked the animation to the FK controls only, switching to IK would keep the leg still in the place. We can fix that with the help of built-in Rigify function that you can find in the video. I will not comment the process of the editing, cause this is not the main purpose of the course. I hope you like this, enjoy. Maybe speed up the video. Well, let's pretend he has a pocket and stop at that. When you are happy with the animation, as I am, select the Mannequin Mesh and Skeleton. Go to File, Export, FBX. I will use the same settings which were in the previous chapter that I saved in the quick preset. Uncheck the Import Mesh when importing the animation file and select to use Mannequin Skeleton. I want to see it in action. So I need to edit the blend space asset. Increase maximum animation speed and number of sections. That way, I could get speed 150 in the second section. After that, replace the animation asset. Let's see the final result. Gorgeous.